Hi there, Laura Jack here from laurajack.com and Compassion Code Academy. And the special message I have for you today is that self-care is a major part of your health care. And so this is an important message because during this time, it is so easy to let our self-care get away from us because there are so many other things and people and experiences that we need to take care of. And so if you are an essential worker or part of the front lines, this is also especially and particularly important to you. And if you're at home and you're taking care of family members, children, other friends, or anyone else, this is also super important for you. So just because you're busy and taking care of a lot of people does not mean that this isn't for you. This is actually equally, if not more important for you during this time. So self-care, I think a lot of times people think of self-care as like going to get a massage or getting a mani-pedi or, doing things that feel more of like a spa day type thing. And that's not true. Self-care is really inclusive of anything that helps your mental and emotional and physical well-being. Okay, so when I talk about filling your cup, I'm sure you've heard the expression fill your own cup so that you can give from overflow. And if you haven't, that's a very common expression in the coaching world where we say you got to fill your own cup up. You have to fill your own cup first so you have more to give to others, right? And we talked about that in some of the other videos. Now it's time to talk about what are those self-care techniques that can be utilized and helpful in your own home while you are at a stay-at-home order or while you're going to your essential work, right? And so self-care can look like mental self-care. And what that might look like is journaling. You may take your pen and paper out. I love doing kind of a stream of conscious journaling. And honestly, one of the most important things about journaling, especially if you're going to say literally anything that's coming out of your mind, is that you have to know that you can destroy it. It does not have to be something that you're doing for someone else or giving to anyone else. And if you don't want anyone to read it, then just tear it up, destroy it, let it go. It might be really just a great place for you to get your feelings and thoughts out on paper and then let it go. And if you're like, but that's time that I don't have, take 2 minutes. Even do it while you're going to the bathroom. If that's the only time you have, go to the bathroom, close the door, take out your journal or take out a piece of paper, just like, get it all out, vent out your stuff, and then tear that stuff up. You can even, burn it or throw it out, whatever is healthy and safe, okay? Another really great mental health thing, especially if you're feeling really overwhelmed, is to do what we call a brain dump. And what that means is get on paper all the things you have to do. So sometimes we feel overwhelmed because we just have all these like half ideas that are pending up in the air. And so one of the best things you can do is do a brain dump, write it down. And it could be a personal and a professional category where you're like, these are my home things and this is my professional things that feel like they're pending or, impending doom, right? And so just write them all down. Make a list of all the things in your mind that you're like, I have to do this and I have to do this and I need to do this and I should do this and all that stuff. Put them out there and then categorize them into today, this week, and future, right? So things that aren't as big of a deal. Like for us right now, we need to get our son his last round of shots. It's not going to happen right now. So that goes into my future category. But now it has somewhere to live so I don't feel stressed out by it. Like, am I going to remember? What if I don't remember? So I have a place where this thing lives, right? So that's on my personal list. My professional list, I'm like, okay, make videos every day. And then every day I get to check. And that makes me feel really good. So there's something about having it all out there on paper so we can see it that makes it feel more manageable, and then categorizing it by today, this week, and future, and be really realistic with yourself. And if you can't get to everything today, that's where self-compassion comes in. And what that means is relating kindly to yourself even when you feel like you fell short, okay? And some people are like, well, does self-compassion get you off the hook of being ambitious? And the answer is no. It doesn't mean that you should lower your standards. It just means that when you don't meet your standards, you just give yourself a little loving care and say, okay, I'm going to try again tomorrow. All right. So there's just some of the mental, emotional things. The other thing, and I've mentioned this in some other videos, is the idea of vent gratitude. So vent gratitude for your emotional well-being is finding a safe person. That means somebody who's not judgmental, somebody who's going to hold it confidential, and somebody who's willing to follow instructions, which means that they're willing at the end of your vent and the end of your gratitude, which I'll tell you in a sec, is to just say, thank you for sharing. And if they're on video chat or somewhere like that, they can say, do you want a virtual hug? And then you both give each other a virtual hug like that. Right? So vent gratitude, 2 minutes of vent. Blah, 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 blah. they say thank you for sharing, and then I say 2 minutes on my timer, 2 minutes of gratitude, everything's this, I'm so grateful, etc. Then they say thank you for sharing, and if there's time, then you guys switch and you come back for more, and they tell you their events and their gratitudes, and then you both say thank you for sharing, virtual hug if you want, and then you move on. Those are 3 strategies for mental and emotional self-health care. Ooh, I like that. So self-care is for your health care. Physical well-being is also incredibly important during this time. So if that means taking a breath, taking a walk, doing some kind of exercise, even if it's short, 5 minutes can make all the difference, okay? So I'll come back with more self-care for your healthcare in next week's videos. I hope you've enjoyed the videos this week, and just sending you a big virtual hug. Stay healthy and safe, and be kind to yourself and others whenever possible. Again, I'm Laura Jack, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye-bye.